Man's greatness lies in his power of thought, meaning it's actually always been our thought as well as our ability to indulge, engage, and involve ourselves in critical thinking, reasoning, rationalizing, and other powerful faculties of the mind that makes us not just a lot of authentic, moral, distinct individual in ourselves, but also helps us climb the ladder slowly and gradually of greatness, significance, distinction, individuality, success in the world. So obviously, we are determined primarily not just by our actions, but also more importantly by our thoughts, by our thinking, by our critical thinking, or the absence of all these, because it's thought that determines action and influences reality and develops other habits, qualities, practices, beliefs about and within ourselves in one way or another. So it's all about thought. It's all ultimately, eventually, at the end of the day, connected with our thought. With our thoughts, thinking comes not only our happiness, progress, growth, learning, prosperity, pleasure, satisfaction, contentment, but thought also develops and invites unwanted, unreasonable, unexplainable suffering, torment, trouble, confusion, chaos, pains into our lives that comes out of nowhere, but because of our thought, because of our thinking, and sometimes also because of external mediocrity, outside corruption, double standards, barriers, and public hypocrisy, criticism that is unnecessary, directed against our authenticity, reason, rationality, individuality, character, integrity, understanding, etc. So we are determined primarily, fundamentally, critically, not just by our qualities, virtues, talents, successes, money, fame, but also by our thoughts, because it's the power of thought that changes everything about ourselves, within ourselves, as well as in our lives externally, in one way or another. It's always our thoughts that creates actions and influences actions and also powers our behaviors in one way or another, because it all comes from thought. Everything is ultimately connected with our thinking, with our thoughts in one way or another, because our actions ultimately are nothing more than the representations and images of our thoughts, of what we think about constantly and consistently, because it's our thinking that dictates reality and controls and influences our actions, behaviors, attitudes, relationships in one way or another in ways we cannot even imagine. And that's why guarding our thought against